Hey everyone, Dante here with the Raging Geek, and today we're going to take a look at the comic and toy haul for the week of August 25th. And yeah, a lot of interesting pickups this week. Was away on vacation in New Hope, Pennsylvania, and I visited a couple of the local comic stores. One, as far as comics, one okay, the other not so okay. Yeah, I don't want to be too judgmental. I mean, I know comic stores inventories fluctuate. Sometimes they go through dry spells, and it's for some comic book stores it's hard to get a steady flow of back issues and things like that. But anyway, the first store I went to, Phantasm Comics. Okay, so Phantasm Comics. It's right on the main street, I want to say, of New Hope. And yeah, not much for comics. They have some back issues, nothing in particular I was looking for. One thing I noticed with their back issues too, they have things sorted like kind of alphabetically and by main title, and uh, they're not in number order either. So it's just pretty much a jumble of stuff of a particular title. So if you're searching for something, you're gonna have to go through the whole stack of comics, whatever that might be, and sometimes the titles will just kind of transition into other titles that are of a similar letter. And it was, something to get used to. I mean, the comic stores by me, they're very, I want to say, orderly. And, yeah, it makes, when you're trying to, when you're in a time crunch, yeah, it makes looking a little not as fun. I'm all about digging for comics, if it's like dollar bins or 50-cent bins, things like that. But, when you're looking through just normal back issue bins, and they're not really deals, and, you're not looking for gems in the rough, it's preferable that they are in numerical order, as far as my personal preference. But anyway, the comics. Phantasm Comics. Yeah, I didn't pick up any comics at Phantasm Comics. They had some dollar bins, which I really didn't find anything. They had like, I'm gonna say maybe like 6 to 8 long boxes of dollar bins in front of the store. Then they had a lot of like trade paperbacks. I don't know, what that was about. And it was kind of mixed in with some manga, I want to say. But just trade paperbacks. And I did find something. I found these Dragonlance novels, which were pretty cool. And they were $3 a piece. And, it's funny because these novels are starting to get harder to come by, from the 80s, especially the mid 80s. And, they can, depending on the title, I mean, they can fetch a premium. I know anything Dragonlance, with Raceland and his brother, it's going to fetch a premium. So I picked these up, Dragonlance Legends, Volume 1 and 2, Time of the Twins and War of the Twins. Cool. So $6 for both. They're in fair shape. They're not falling apart, and they're intact. So definitely a plus. There's a little chipping going on some of them, but nothing too major. Let's see. It was funny because then they had this binder on top of the back issues, and I'm a big Psylocke fan, and the binder was just open to this page of Psylocke cards. And I don't know. It must have been like fate or something, but Yeah, it was just a page of Psylocke cards, and I was just like, okay, so I'm just gonna take the whole page out and then just buy it. But yeah, pretty cool. I I don't think I have like half of these cards, so even if I had some of them, they're I'm okay with doubles. But really cool. A whole page of Psylocke and various artworks. I think there's one Jim Lee here, and the others I'm not too sure about. I want to say Jusco. There's a Ron Lim here. Pretty cool. And picked up two of these Godzilla blind boxes. Yeah, again, if you see my previous videos, the prices on these blind boxes are insane. So $15 for each of these. I bought two. And it's funny, I got, if you saw my Instagram, I posted a pic, I got two of the same. So two 1974 silver screen Godzillas. And you can see by the kind of like the glitter dust here, the silver screen dust. Yeah, 1974 Godzilla. Showa, one of my favorites. I swear with Godzilla, it's like a toss-up between 1974 and 1991. So I love the Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Megalon, Terror of Mechagodzilla, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, those Godzillas. And love that original Heisei era. Godzilla vs. Biollante, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, those Godzillas. Love it. All day. Would buy these. Okay, so after my, I want to say underwhelming, and again, I'm not trying. Oh, it's so funny. I just realized the Psylocke Haunted Mansion. She's dressed kind of like Belle from Beauty and the Beast, I want to say. That's pretty cool. Or someone, or like Snow White, I don't know. But she's got kind of like a maid's apron on. Sorry for getting distracted there. But, yeah. And again, underwhelming visit to Phantasm Comics. Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. I had some decent back issues, but this time it was just really dry. They have a lot of cool stuff though in general. Action figures, some Gunpla, kaiju robot stuff. A lot of, I want to say, unique stuff that you don't normally see it like at other comic stores, but when you have a store name and it's like comics after it, I feel like the comics should be the center piece of the store inventory. The store should revolve around the comics. Everything else is extra. When you kind of deviate from that, it's like, are you still a comic store anymore? Or am I just missing? Am I just dated in my view of what a comic store should be? But I know most comic stores have toys, but like I said, the comics should be the centerpiece of the store. And the next day I went to a small town. It's called Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Really cute town. Got a lot of stuff to do. Went to this castle. It's called Fonthill Castle. If you're into archaeology and history and stuff, well, man, it's really a place to check out. But after I went to the castle / I guess you could say like museum. I went to Doylestown. We ate, and then we went to this comic store that when I'm ever in town, I usually frequent. It's called Cyborg One Comics. They had some interesting stuff there. Again, nothing too that blew me away. Nothing that too much blew me away. But I did pick up a little pile of comics here. I was just really itching to buy something on vacation, and after Phantasm Comics, I kind of like set my expectations down a little, and I was just buying stuff like to buy it. So let's look through some of the stuff I picked up at Cyborg One Comics, and this is the first time I actually seen a comic store sell promo posters. So I got a few posters that I thought were pretty cool. So this Spider-Man Reign 2 #1 poster, I thought was awesome. And these are like the promo posters you see in comic book stores when they put in the window and to kind of draw people in or like let them know what's coming out. And this is also a book I recently picked up, but yeah, cool poster. I always thought this was like very Spawn-esque. And this other Marvel Zero promo poster, pretty cool. Spider-Man and Venom. And these were $2.99 each. They were all the same price. Deadpool #1 poster. A Spider-Gwen Smash poster. And hopefully soon when I open my store, God willing, I might use some of these posters. They're pretty cool. And then definitely my favorite of the lot here, Secret Wars #8. This is the facsimile edition. But still, pretty much you get the idea. I mean, Secret Wars #8. Nice poster to put in the store window. And he had some variants I picked up. This Campbell, Amazing Spider-Man #10 variant with Black Cat. I thought was pretty nice. Black Cat, a really nice depiction. The Spider-Man variant Virgin cover here. It was only $5. I thought it was cool. The Amazing Spider-Man 11 variant with Doctor Doom. I thought was pretty cool too. This was actually $20. And I tell you, ever since Robert Downey Jr. came out and was like, I'm going to be Doom. It's like Doom. Anything with Doom on it has been just like super hyper inflated prices. I mean, Doom was already like commanding a premium on prices, but now it's just like ridiculous. It's like you have the fart of Doom on a cover, and it's like, oh, let's mark it up 100%. But it's still a pretty cool cover. $20. And then I flipped through his back issues, and let me tell you, very limited. Nothing spectacular, but Marvel Superheroes Magazine, issue 1 and 2. And it's actually Magazine. And I remember these from the 90s. Issue 1 and issue 2. And I picked this up because, I know a lot of the 90s stuff is low print run, and you just don't see it too much. So, picked it up. First cameo appearance, John Constantine. I think I have already, 1 or 2 copies of this, but it was $6, so I picked it up. And as you know, the new Constantine movie is scheduled to come out, I think, next year, I want to say, or late this year, I'm not sure. But I know it was announced. I'm not sure on the release date, though, but soon. $6. Not the best copy. I thought this was pretty cool. Superman and Superboy. Number 14. Superman ready to actually Superboy ready to take out Superman with a kryptonite rocket launcher. $12 for this Mighty Thor and Marvel Spectacular #1. That was cool. I like anything with Thor and Hercules in the same issue. I know how they left off in that last Thor. It was like, there's that, that natural contention between Thor and Hercules. So I thought this was pretty cool. Cosmic Powers Unlimited. You don't see that too often. Heroes for Hire #1. That was pretty cool for the 90s. And this Kazar the Savage #1 from the early 80s. $3. In a book like this, yeah, I realize, it could probably be in a dollar bin, but it is in pretty tight shape, so $3, I went for it. And that was it for Pennsylvania. And, when I came back, also picked up a lot of other stuff from other places. Some mail hauls. I guess let's look at what I got first from my local comic store for this week's new comics and some back issues I picked up. This is from Zapp's Comics, actually, and this is from Main Street Comics in Milltown. And some of the issues I picked up. So got this, and this is new comics, this Marvel 85th Anniversary Special. I thought the artwork looked pretty cool, so that's why I picked it up. And it's a #1. This Deadpool team-up looked really cool. It's an homage to the, I think, Hulk 340. If I got the number right, 340. Wolverine shish kebabbing Deadpool's nose. The original cover, Liefeld cover. And I actually had Mike, the owner, he ordered me a few other variants for this issue. I picked up a couple of back issues. Got this Daredevil 38. $40. It's in decent shape. $40 a little on the high side. I would have liked it more in the 30 range. But like I said, anything Doom now, really, comic stores are cashing in on Doom. This one I've been meaning to get. I think I already have this one. I'm pretty sure I have a copy of this one. I just wanted, this was in pretty nice shape, so I picked it up again. But this Daredevil 43 I needed. I've been meaning to get to Daredevil with going head to head with Cap. Again, very nice shape. Very tight. And it's priced to reflect that, I want to say. $75. Got this. You don't see this too often. Strange Tales Annual #2 with Spider-Man. So this, I believe, predates Amazing Spider-Man #3. And yeah, it's in pretty good shape. I paid just under $200 for this one. And it's funny, you notice Spider-Man doesn't have the spider. They kind of neglected to put the spider on his chest. And also another one I picked up for just under $200. Avengers #25. I had this on my radar for a while. Overall, very nice issue. Have some chipping issues on the top here. But as you can see, other than that, though, a very nice and tight issue. And I believe that is it from Main Street Comics. And let us proceed to go into the Zap Comics Hall. And this is Zap's from Manalapan, New Jersey. They have 2 locations. One in Wayne, New Jersey, which is their flagship store, and Manalapan, which is their sister store. And let's see what we picked up from there. Got a few goodies. Nice copy of Not Brand X #1. I think this is like my second or third copy of this. Nice copy of Spawn #1. And I think this is like my third or fourth Spawn #1. Not sure. I know I have a graded 9/8, and then I have like 1 or 2 other raw ones, but this is an added one. I don't know. I feel like this is a very undervalued comic, and it's still yet to see its heyday, I want to say. But yeah, Spawn #1. And I love stuff like this. This is a Romita cover. Nothing like Romita artwork. This is kind of like the Spidey artwork I grew up, looking at and really loving anything with Spider-Man. Not to mention Romita Jr. But yeah, this is really beat up. This is more for the nostalgia. Yeah, the best of Spidey Superstores, the Electric Company. I actually have a lot of I don't have a full run of the best of the Spidey Superstores, but I have #1 and a very large run of Spidey Superstores. And I remember watching this stuff on PBS. So I used to love when Spider-Man came on. I was like, what? Like, head spin, party time. Spider-Man, nobody knows who you are. Yeah. Spidey. And let's see. Some magazines. Main Street. No, sorry. Zap Comics. Some magazines from Zaps. And definitely some foxing issues here, and I want to say sun tanning issues, but yeah, Howard the Duck magazine #1 for $5. Hell yeah. I can deal with the little discoloration on the edge here. But it's a tight book. It's just, like I said, it's just got some foxing issues. Really cool. Howard the Duck #1 magazine. Howard the Duck. This is #2. Again, really tight. Just some foxing issues on the pages. And I thought this was really cool. It's Howard the Duck #8, like a Batman homage. Or parody, whatever you want to call it. But yeah. Oh, and the #2 was $6, and yeah, this parody homage $10. I liked it. And yeah, this one overall, this one, no issues at all. I mean, it's a really tight copy. Nothing. Liking it. And Savage Sword of Conan #2. And again, shout out to Comics Den. Yeah, no. They were out on the hunt for this book. I have Savage Sword of Conan #1. And for some reason, they were looking for this book. And I was just like, oh, I got to get it now. And yeah, nice white pages. Really crisp. $8. Savage Sword of Conan #2. Take it. And #3 for $5. Yeah, it's got some condition issues, but still, it's #3 for $5. A bunch of spine ticks, big spine ticks, and yeah, there's a big crease here on the cover, but it doesn't really detract too much from the beauty of the book, I want to say. And that's it from Zaps. And I got one, well, actually I have two more. I have two more hauls I need to show. And I guess we could start with the mail hauls. Okay, so first on the mail haul. Oh, this is really nice. They finally put in a nice top loader for me. Sweet. Very nice of you, sir. Okay, so this is actually nicer than I thought it'd be. But I don't know how many of you are familiar with 80s ninja movies, but I'm obsessed with this movie. And I'm obsessed with this character. So far to say that I went out and I bought one of these 3D printed masks, and I had it professionally electroplated to resemble the movie. And, once Halloween comes around, I'm going to be, I'm going to be Brayden from Revenge of the Ninja for Halloween. But, yeah, Revenge of the Ninja, one of my favorite 80s cult classics. And I don't know if any of you know Brayden, the antagonist of the movie. He plays this character, the ninja. And then Sho Kosugi, who's the hero of the movie, he also plays a ninja. And as you know, if you've ever seen Sho Kosugi's movies, only a ninja can defeat a ninja. So, yeah. And, yeah. Spoiler alert, Sho Kosugi kills him in the end. But Arthur Roberts, great actor. I love him in this movie. If you haven't seen this movie, watch it. But yeah, I got a deal. The seller sent me an offer on this. They sell them for $50. There's a bunch of other movie scenes, and there's one other I think I'm gonna get. But they sell a bunch of these movie scenes from this movie, and for $50. And he offered it for $40, so I picked it up. But yeah, really, really nice. I mean, for someone who likes this for $40, I mean, this is like nothing. I mean, this is a steal. Yeah, really great. With the mask I bought too, I want to set up these LED lights inside to kind of mimic how it was in the movie. Really cool. So yeah, Revenge of the Ninja. And the other mail call I got, and this is because I had bought a set of Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe from Main Street Comics. I wasn't really too happy with the #1 issue. It had one or two ticks on the spine, and they were pretty visible. And I bought this one to and I got a good deal on it. It was only like $10. But yeah, I bought this comic here to replace the original #1 in the set. And yeah, got this. I'll show you what I'm talking about actually with the set here. And I bought the set for $125 from Main Street Comics, but I don't know if you can see, like right there is a spine tick. It's just really like one big spine tick and one semi noticeable spine tick, but yeah, right there, like 1 and 2 right above each other. You know, for an otherwise perfect set, so I picked it up. And that's it for mail calls. Now, I also did some flea market cruising. Picked up a couple of cool items. So yeah, I was at there's a big flea market place near me. It's called Englishtown Market. It's in Englishtown, New Jersey. Yeah, I got these 2 Marvel Universe figures. They're in the pack. The packs are beat to hell, but I got Spider-Woman and Doctor Doom, and they have the stands included. I got both for $5 together. And it's a great place. You know, you go there, you haggle, you do what you got to do to get your stuff for the cheapest possible. And people are just willing to give you the stuff for whatever. You know, as long as you're not too stingy, you know, they'll work with you. But yeah, I mean, pretty much everyone there is willing to haggle. You know, the people who aren't willing to haggle usually leave with everything they came with. So I also picked up this Mego I think it's 1974 original Mego Dorothy and Toto, and I got this for like $8 in the box. The box is a little got some condition issues, but everything is there. It's got the basket, it's got Toto, and it's got Dorothy, all complete. Just the box had some condition issues. And that's the full Mego set of Wizard of Oz. And looking around, I believe that is it. That is all I have for you. Oh, actually, wait. Couple of more goodies that I picked up. Alright, so yeah, got some VHS tapes. It was at a yard sale after I left Englishtown. Yeah, I love these. These are, I believe, from the 60s. These Marvel movies from the late 60s. Not the actual tapes, but the cartoons on the tapes are from like the late 60s, I want to say. And these are, I used to, you know, in the 80s, you could rent these in the 80s, and they came in these big clamshell VHS tape holders. And yeah, I mean, they were very crude, you know, compared to, you know, cartoons of the time, but they were still very entertaining. I mean, it was all about the substance of the story. Um, and yeah, I mean, it was still as good a cartoon as it was in the 60s in the 80s. So great stuff. Pick this up. You know, I'd love to come across the either the Spider-Man ones, and they have Captain America ones. I believe they have Iron Man ones too. All the main characters, you know, the A-listers of Marvel, they all had these cartoons from the 60s. So really cool stuff. And yeah, I got also this. This is 90s X-Men. It's in good condition. Uh, yeah, I know in the 90s X-Men, it's like everybody wanted to see Rogue. But I got both VHS tapes for what was it? Both for four bucks. So yeah, I was happy to pay $4 for both. And yeah, I don't know. Also lately, there's some buzz about Dragon Strike, and specifically the video. So Dragon Strike, a board game from the early 90s, came with this live action quasi computer animation video, which they call hyper reality. And it was kind of like a accessory to the board game. There seems to be a lot of buzz about it. I don't know. I guess a cult following, if you want to call it that. And yeah, I bought it to check it out. I don't know if I'm going to get the board game or not. You know, I know these. Well, for one, board games they're so big, they take up so much space, and yet usually you don't play with them. At least in my experience and my personal preference. I mean, I have tons of board games, and you know, unless you're in a network of friends that tabletop games a lot, they just kind of collect dust. You know, me and the family will play board games once in a while, you know, as a novelty, but that's pretty much it. You know, maybe we should play more. That's, you know, something to think about. But you know, now that I think about it, you know, probably something to think about. Good family time. But yeah, pick this up. It was like it was either 10. It was like around 10 to $15, and it's in pretty solid shape here. So I'll be checking this out as well with my other VHS cassettes. And now I really believe. Oh, one more thing. Yeah, I've been flea market crazy this last week or so. So this is another find I got from a local flea market. It's it's supposed to depict the Power Rangers from, I guess, their Turbo series, where they, you know, everything was vehicles. $10. It's made in Taiwan. This is from the 90s. And yeah, you can see it here. But yeah, it's all complete. You know, this kind of stuff is the stuff you don't see too often anymore. I love this type of stuff, especially from the 80s. I mean, you know, these big robot figures. You know, in the 80s, it was all like, you know, you had these little gift shops, and they sold these figures for like 10 to, you know, $20, even cheaper. And you know, now when you get them, they're like, they fetch a real premium. I mean, people used to like just discount these things, you know, and just dismiss them as junk. And now it's like everybody's trying to get their hands on these type of these robot toys, especially anything made in Taiwan. you know, from the 80s. But yeah, $10. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. Complete in the box. Hells yeah. And I gotten some Target stuff, but I'll spare you guys from that. And that's it. So I hope you enjoyed my haul from the week of August 25th. A lot of great stuff. Yeah, I was real busy. Dropped some decent coin this week. And that's it. This was the Raging Geek. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this. And come again soon. I'll have more great stuff for you. More finds, more hauls, more pickups, more events. So come again soon and take care.
Raging Geek.